Hi, and welcome to Female Entrepreneurs Magazine, your go to platform for ambitious women who are ready to take the business world by storm. I'm your host, Angel France, and each week we'll dive into the latest strategies, stories, and success secrets from the most inspiring female entrepreneurs around the world. Hi, and welcome to the Real Female Entrepreneurs. Our next guest, we're diving into a topic that every female entrepreneur needs to hear. Because let's be real, running a business is hard enough without hormone chaos crashing the party all the time. You know what? She is an integrative coach and herbalist who's here to help you ditch the PMS and say bye bye to those mood swings and unlock unstoppable energy, all naturally and holistically. She's got the plant power, the somatic magic, and the nutritional know how to help you sync your cycle instead of fighting against it. So you can feel like more radiant, confident, and in control every day of the month. Help me give a huge welcome to the incredible Audrey Gerber. Welcome.
Thank you so much. So excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you. This is like a topic so near and dear to my heart. It is not funny. I mean, hormone waves up and down, continually growing businesses ever since I've probably been 18. And even in high
Mhm.
school, the waves are always
Yeah.
bad. Once
Yeah.
they're bad, they're bad.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So something had to happen that inspired
Yeah.
you to become an entrepreneur in this industry. Can you tell us what happened?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my story also started in high school because when I had my period coming in, it was horrible. I would faint in class. I would lose a lot of blood. I was bleeding for 9 days straight. And then I would have a break of not bleeding for 5 to 7 days. And then I would start bleeding again. And so the doctors were like, okay, something's seriously off here. And, I was a tiny little thing. I was 12 years old, over bleeding, fainting all the time. So the doctors just put me on the pill and they said, we'll see what happens to your cycle in a few years. And then I never got any other information than that. I was like, okay, this little thing. So I held on to this pill like it was my lifeline, because I had no idea what was happening. I just thought, this is saving my life right now. I just need to keep it. And so I just kept on going. And then as the years went on, the doctors didn't see a need to take me off and see what was happening. They were like, well, if it's working for you, let's just keep it going like that. But my body was not having any of it. And I started to have, the medicinal symptoms. And I started to, at 17 years old, have symptoms of depression and anxiety, all of those that were not normal for me. And no one ever told me, like, hey, maybe this is the medicine that you're taking that's like completely changing your body. And I didn't know back then. So I just was going from one professional to another to find what was wrong with me. And none of them knew until my body, I felt it in the morning. I was going to take my pill and I felt the gag reflex, like, if you take this, I will throw it up. And it was such a strong physical reaction. And I was like, I wonder if this pill is doing anything to my body. So that's when I started researching the effects of the pill. And that led, to me knowing the side effects of the pill, me knowing about the menstrual cycle, me knowing about so many things that I had no clue until then. And that kick started my journey. And what I learned was so profound and it felt so unfair that I didn't have the information before, and that none of my friends had the information, and no woman in my life had the information. That, it took me multiple years to know and understand my body. But when I finally did, I was like, I gotta tell the world about this. And
And
that's
how old
that's
were
what
you when that was, that you had the light bulb went off and you had to tell the world?
I was 25.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So you were 25 when the light bulb went
Mm-hmm.
off. I don't blame you.
Mm.
Yeah. And what age were you when you realized those 12 you started? I get that. I get that.
Mm.
I had some of the same similarities. Um,
Mm.
I didn't get on the pill though. That was a good thing, but I dealt with
Hmm.
that pain every
Yeah.
single
Yeah.
month or every
Yeah.
5 or 6 days. It was like you. It
Hmm.
wasn't like
Yeah.
the normal girl, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. And it's just
so
as unfair,
right.
given the pill or not giving, it's just as unfair. The fact that you're
Mhm.
left to yourself, that's the unfair part. That's not okay.
Yeah, it's not. And, so many moms also need to hear about this for their daughters.
Sure, absolutely. Oh yeah,
100%. I
absolutely.
mean,
Absolutely.
just to help them understand that, okay. I mean, I remember being embarrassed that, I was coming every 5, 6, 7 days, and I thought it was normal. I didn't want to
Hmm.
tell anybody.
Hmm. Yeah, there's such a hush hush culture. Such a shame culture on this cycle. Like usually a woman, when she gets her first period, the reaction she's being met with is, oh, poor thing. Like, oh, now you're your cycle. Welcome to the curse world. Welcome night. From now on, it's gonna be hell for you. There's not a lot of, let's actually dive into how we can make this fun for you. It's usually pretty negative. So why would I want to talk about this? There's a big hush hush culture about it.
Wow. I think it's amazing that you're doing this. So, all right, tell me what your bid. Do you take one-on-one clients? Do you speak at, or tell me how you actually get the word out on this?
So I do have one-on-one clients, but a lot of my work is just teaching. So I get invited into places and I teach any woman of any ages. I teach them about hormones and the menstrual cycle and what's a period supposed to look like, and what does it do for your body. And I have a lot of resources on my website that are about that. They're about the educational part of it. And then I take the women that are like, okay, I need someone to help me walk me through this journey because, you know, I'm struggling. My period is all over the place. Can you help me figure out what the symptoms mean? What can I do? How do I handle them? How do I manage them? How do I balance them?
And you actually teach women how to actually like sync up with it, understand that you explain
Absolutely.
it so much better. I'm just gisting on what you do. So can you explain how you
Sure.
help them walk through
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. So one piece of information that's really important to understand what I do is that the symptoms, like the PMS and the period symptoms, those are like signals of an underlying imbalance. So for example, if you say I have pain, it's not that your hormones are causing pain, it's that something else in your body isn't working the way that it wants to work. And your period serves as the check engine of your body. So it serves as the tip of the iceberg. It serves as the messaging, the message. Oh, something is off. Please pay attention to me. Something is happening. So the work that I do is I follow the thread of the symptoms and the situations all the way to the root causes. So we look at, okay, what is your period experience and what does that tell us about everything that's happening underneath the surface? What does that tell us about how your liver is working? What about your adrenals? What about your emotions? What about your thoughts? Because maybe your body's just responding to stress. And that might be, something completely different, but that's the underlying imbalance that causes the symptom. So that is what I do. I follow the thread of the symptom to the root cause.
Wow. Okay, so way in depth and understanding, okay, so this is what's happening with your cycle, then we need to look at this aspect and let's fix that from a holistic herbal point of view.
Exactly. Exactly. It's the idea that your body is working just fine as it is. You're not broken, but it's missing something. So let's give it what it's missing so it can naturally find its balance again.
Okay. So now that we're talking about balance and everything,
Mhm.
we're going to get back to this, but talking about balance, how do you balance your business and career life with your family and spouse? How do you balance all of that?
Hmm. I'm very vocal. I'm very vocal about what my body needs and what I need. And I'm very vocal about what is happening. So I know that the people around me are aware of, hey, this week it's a week of big launch, and this is what's going to happen to me. These are the things that I'm going to need to put in place to make sure that I'm fully supported. These are the things, these are the boundaries that I'm going to be setting. And I invite people into this world to witness me in it. So my husband is very supportive because he always knows, okay, this is the week where these things are happening. He doesn't need to be involved in the business, but he knows, okay, Audrey will need to be eating a little bit later this week, and she will need to be working a couple of over hours, but that means that we'll get the weekend off and we'll have some time together. Like, I communicate the boundaries a lot.
Yeah, you control the boundary. And from my understanding, if I'm understanding you right, if you have like a launch or big meetings and stuff like that, you try to maneuver that around your cycle?
Oh yeah, always.
Always. Okay.
Well, my cycle, because my cycle feels pretty supportive. My cycle supports me instead of me having to support my cycle. So I will use the benefits of the different phases of my cycle to run around my business, because I know, for example, during my period, I will be so efficient and productive. But around my ovulation, I'll be so much more social, and I'll be into networking way more. On my period, I'm behind my computer, I'm creating the resources. Around my ovulation, I'm networking, I'm marketing, I'm doing all of these things, I'm reaching out. So I'm letting my cycle boost me in the task that I need to do.
Wow. And I'm sure you teach all those great things. How
Mm-hmm,
did
mm-hmm.
you? Yeah. Oh my God, that's so fun. I wish I would have known that when I was way younger. That would have been so amazing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. What advice do you have for women who are trying to grow their business or career and um dealing with a cycle or even past the cycle part and into menopause?
Oh, absolutely. I think the advice that I have is the same regardless of wherever you are in the season of life. I think the advice I have is your body is your partner, and it's your business partner, and it's not an obstacle in your way. And we might get the idea that the goal is to be productive and to get something done, but I think the goal is to be healthy and to be happy and to be going for a long time, and your body is your best partner in that. So I would say, stop trying to make your body do what you want it to do, and start listening to what it needs in order for things to happen.
Okay, I can understand that now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and once you understand that, you can flow. It's a flow.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly that. It's okay, I want to create this resource and put it out into the world, rather than going, ugh, I'll be so tired, I have to push through, being like, I'm feeling tired right now. What does this mean that I need in order to get to that point? What is my body telling me?
Yeah. So, do I need to watch Netflix with the computer on my lap?
Yeah, yeah. Or do I need to go out for a walk, or do I need to drink more water, you know?
Yeah.
Or do I need to sleep 1 extra hour? Like, that's fine.
Yeah. It is
Mm,
fine. Sometimes you have to do those things.
absolutely. I mean, they're the key. Your body never lies. Your brain can, but your body never lies. So if your body's like, hey, I'm lacking sleep, that's probably true. Or like, I'm lacking water, I'm lacking food, that's most likely true. So might as well listen to it.
So, knowing what you know now, all the research you've done, what would you go back and tell your 18-year-old self?
Ugh, I would tell her so many things, but the first thing I would tell her is, you can trust yourself. Like, the things you think deep down, the intuitive, like, hunch that, hey, something isn't right here with this medicine. I would say, go girl. Your body's gonna be just fine. Your body's gonna be your best ally. Take care of it. Focus on it. You got this. Trust yourself.
Yep. And I'm sure you're a big proponent of exercise and self-care.
Absolutely. In ways that feel good and speak to your needs, not in the ways that they are portrayed by trends or by social media. Or I'm all in for what works for you.
I'm a dancer, so give me a good Zumba bar class or
Yes.
ballet class. I'm in heaven. Give me the treadmill and I might throw up.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And some people are better off, doing some slow stretches and tai chi, or like slow movement that focuses on the breath if they're hyper stressed. And some people have extra cortisol and they need to let that go, and they need to go and kick some, punching balls. Depends on your needs.
So, what is one key strategy that's helped you grow your business, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, of course. Of course. I think a big, big, big thing, obviously, and I think every entrepreneur, female entrepreneur, will have to say that, is ask for help. Yeah. That's that is what made my business work, is I trusted myself, of course, and I prioritized my body and my health, but I asked for help, and I didn't put the pressure on myself to have it all figured out. I just was like, hi, can I have your feedback? Hi, can I have your opinion? Hi, how did you do it? Hi, can I hire you as a coach to help me do these things? I asked for help.
I love it. Asking for help. And that is one thing that women have trouble doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Big time.
Yeah.
What is a strategy or key that you have to stay relevant to impact your industry?
Listen to what people are saying. Ask, talk, okay, I say this, and I know that I have the good end of the stick because my topic is so interesting and every woman on earth has something to say about it. So of course it's easy for me to be, period, what's your experience? And they will tell me about it. So I just have to listen and ask. But I think that's true for most businesses. If, find what people's experiences are right now in this moment and speak to that.
Oh, good lesson. Thank you. All right. Can you share any future plans or goals you have inside your business or personally?
Yeah, I mean, right now, the short-term goal is I'm creating a resource hub on how to create your own toolkit for your PMS. So I wanna help women come with their symptoms, and through their symptoms, I want to teach them how to do the following the symptom on their own. And I want to give them resources so they can create their own little PMS relief toolkit naturally.
Oh, that's cool. When do you think that's going to be out?
It's going to be about, in the beginning of the summer. It's going to be ready then. So May.
Exciting.
Yeah. It's very exciting.
All right. If you had a superpower for just 24 hours, one day, what would it be?
I would speak all the languages in the world.
Oh, that one's cool. I've never had anybody tell me that. That one is cool.
Yeah, I want to speak all the languages of the world for 24 hours.
Oh my word, I'd want to do that forever. I think that is like one of my goals that I haven't achieved yet. That doesn't mean I'm not going to.
No, you still have time. You still have plenty of time.
Yeah, I have to put that into my schedule though. All right.
Yes. That's a challenge.
All right, here's another fun one. What's one fact about you that not a lot of people know about?
A fun fact is that in my family, that is of my husband and I, we represent 4 different countries, because I have dual citizenship and he has dual citizenship. And so in our household, we speak French, English, Danish, and Norwegian.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We're a little bit crazy.
Wait, do you speak 4 language or to understand him, or you speak 2 and he speaks 2?
I speak 2 and I'm learning his 2, and he speaks 2 and he's learning my 2.
That is cool. So you're getting ready to have that superpower come to life, probably eventually.
There's a big lag between 4 languages and all the languages in the world. But yes, I'm getting closer to that number at least.
I wonder how many languages there really are. If you really had that power, how many languages there were. I wonder.
Yeah, and what do you count the nonverbal communication, like sign language and all of that? Because I would.
I would too.
So it's a lot. There's a lot. I'm sure there's a lot. It's really cool.
Would you want to know Braille too?
Oh yeah. If I could have that superpower, give me all of it.
All right. What about a book? Do you have a favorite book right now?
Well, I have many favorite books because I'm
Well,
a
you can give
huge
me a
reader.
few.
Yeah. So I love fantasy, and Lord of the Rings has been a classic for me. But um, I'm rereading Braiding Sweetgrass, and I think right now that is my favorite book of the moment. Have you ever read that?
No, say it again because you mum. It was
Braiding Sweetgrass.
wow. Tell me about it.
Mm-hmm. It is about the author. She is a Native American, and she's a biologist, and she bridges the beliefs of her people to the science of the plants. And she explains how her culture gives an extra but complementary understanding of nature and the plants that is so beautiful, poetic, sustainable, and deep, incredibly deep. And it's like a poetry, but it's a science book, but it's poetry.
How old is the book?
I think it's fairly recent.
Okay.
Yeah. It's she's still alive.
Okay. I didn't know it was is like a historical thing from the past, and I'm like, you're like a modern day version of that.
That would be cool. I would take that. But no.
Yeah.
She's it's a modern book.
Oh wow. Okay. I
Hmm.
can't wait to go get it.
Yes.
All right. What about a song?
My favorite song is "God Save the Queens." I think it's
Oh,
by Ivory Lane. I think so.
we'll look it
But
up.
it's a yeah. It's about women, standing up and saying like, "Hey, you made it so far. Keep going. You got this." And as a plural, I really like that. Like we as women, let's go. Keep going. We love each other. Let's go. I love that.
All right. I can't wait to play it. I can't. I heard it, but I'm just like it's not connecting right now. All right. Your favorite quote.
My favorite quote is from Audrey Lorde, so we share a name. And she says, "I am not free if any other woman is unfree, even if her shackles are different than my own."
Oh,
Mm. And
that is
that,
touching.
that is so deep, profound, beautiful, and I love that because it speaks of community, it speaks of compassion, and it speaks of we win together. And
Mhm.
if I achieve freedom from all of my shackles, but you don't, I don't want that. I want you to come with me. Mm,
Yeah,
mm,
definitely. Wow.
mm.
Community driven 100%.
Ugh, love it.
How do you stay motivated?
There's, I listen to my body, and my body is my main motivator because it's, that the energy that I have every day, waking up happy, that's enough energy. That's enough motivation for the day. But when that does not happen, I rely on my community.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
Definitely. So people ask my husband all the time, make you laugh. Does she wake up like this? He goes, yes.
yeah, yeah. It's a great compliment.
I'm like, he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Okay. How
absolutely.
can our audience stay connected with you? And do you have any giveaways or downloadable?
Hmm. I have a little guide of 20 tips to start reducing PMS naturally that
Hmm.
speak to the underlying imbalances of the body that I mentioned earlier. So 20 small habits that you can do that speaks to different areas of your health that tend to cause PMS symptoms. So I have that available for download, and they can find me on spotlessgirl.com, and
Okay.
yeah, they can find all the ways to find me there.
I love it. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the audience that we didn't cover?
I would love to encourage the people who are listening to remember that you came fully equipped for health and radiance. And
Mm.
the idea that you as a woman, lucked out because you have a cycle, that's a learned behavior. That's not what your body came as. Your body came fully equipped for you to feel really, really good. And I'm really sorry that you've learned that, you know, you don't deserve full health and radiance and that your body's in the way of that. But your body holds the key.
Wow. 100%. And, you know, I mean, I'm much older and it took me a long time to be able to realize that.
Yeah.
So I totally understand it.
Yeah.
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 Audrey, you are amazing. I love what you do. And I
Thank
cannot
you.
wait to hear more and see you inside the magazine. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Female Entrepreneurs Magazine. I hope you found inspiration, actionable tips, and a sense of connection with our incredible community of driven women. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a review, and share the episode with fellow entrepreneurs who are ready to elevate their game. Remember, your success is just the beginning, and we're here to support you in every step of the way. Until next time, keep shining, keep thriving, and remember, you have the power to create the business and life of your dreams. Stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.